Hello everybody. Some books just don't tell a story. They quietly sits with us, question your choices and stay as long after the last page is turned. And I don't say this often, but this particular book, You Only Live Once, is the most beautiful book I've ever read in my life. And we often hear this word, you only live once, but very few books truly explore what it means to live. And actually, this book tells you the exact meaning of you only live once. And in today's video, actually, I want to talk about this book, which touched me deeply, and not by telling me what to do, but by making me reflect on how I'm living. Hi, hello everyone. This is Malvika, and welcome to my channel known as Bit by Bit Lumira. And without taking a lot of steps, let's move on to the video. You Only Live Once is a book written by Stuti Changle. And Stuti Changle is known for writing stories that blends emotion, philosophy, then relationships and the life lessons in every single but yet powerful way. This book came into my life at a time when I was thinking a lot about my choices, my dreams and directions of life. Talking about the genre of this book, this book falls under the genre of contemporary fiction, but it does not go beyond just a story. It also carries elements of self-reflection, philosophy, and emotional realism. So here, in this particular book, I would definitely like to say that the language is very simple, easy to read, and yet it is emotionally impactful. And you don't feel that you're like reading a heavy literature, but at the same time, you would feel shallow either. And when you read this book, definitely you're gonna see one of the most beautiful aspects of the book, that the poetic references which is used in this book. So here the author often uses poetry. Then she also uses metaphors, then reflective lights, and she doesn't use it as a decoration, but she uses it as an emotional anger. So these poetic movements slows you down as a reader, and they make you pause, reread a line, and think about your own life. So saying about the characters, definitely. When I'm saying about the characters, I would like to say that these I'm not gonna give a spoiler because I don't want to. So I'm not gonna describe anything, but the characters in this book feels very real, like our humans. They are not so perfect, not heroic, and some characters represents ambition, some actually represents fear, and some represent love, regret, and hope. And each character carries a different perspective of life, and as I'm a reader, we may find part of ourselves reflected in them, and I really felt a part of myself in this book. I think so. That's the reason why I really loved this book a lot. And actually, I'm saying that I'm not gonna go into what happens to these characters, because I truly believe that this is a book that should be experienced personally by people. So I highly recommend this book. And the perspectives that I have towards this book may be different from yours. The way you see the characters in this book may differ from mine. So this is actually a story, and this story has so many insightful ideas. And in the upcoming things, I'm really going to say about the what are the insights in this book. But before that, I actually would like to say about what the story is about. So this story is actually about choices, like choices we make, choices we avoid, and the choices we postpone. So it talks about the dreams we delay, the fears we normalize, and the relationships we take for granted. And also, the author says about the silent questions. Many of us ask, like, am I really living the life I want? And I definitely I ask this question to myself a lot. Still, I ask every day, am I really living the life I want? And this book doesn't give you answer for the question, but it gives you questions, and sometimes these questions are more powerful than answers, because we don't used to ask these questions to ourselves. Like, see, you guys, do you ask yourself every day that, am I really living the life I wanted in my life? So yeah. Why you should read this book? If you ask me, I would say you should read this book if you feel stuck, or if you felt stuck in your life. You should read this book if you have ever questioned your path, and you should definitely read this book if you believe life should mean more than just routine. And this is not motivational in a loud way, but it's motivation in a quiet and honest way. So yeah, so these are the things which, as an intro, I would like to say about the book. I have now discussed about the author of the book, then I have discussed about the what the book is, the story is, how the characters and the poetic references used in the book. Next, I'm gonna say about the personal insights which I got from this book, and I would definitely like to share it. So actually, I have written, some of the pages. I've just mentioned the pages because to know about the pages is very much important here, so that I can refer it and I can say what I have understood from the things. So there are different insights. I would say I got a lot of insights, maybe 15 plus insights are there, and damn sure I'm really gonna share that insights to you. Okay, so I think after hearing this insight, definitely you will love this book, and I'm pretty much sure that you're gonna go and buy this book, even if this is not if you cannot buy this book, if it's affordable basically. But if you can, in Flipkart, Amazon and all, it's available. I bought it in Flipkart, and it was not so much pricey, but yeah, still there will be people who cannot afford this book. So if somebody like them exists, then I would definitely recommend you to download an online copy of this book and read it. Yeah, definitely. And I'm 100% sure about this particular book that you will like it, you will love it, and you will grab it. Okay. So yeah, let's go to the insights. Perfect. So I'm gonna say about the first insight which I learned from this book. And the insight is about the uncertainty of life and the certainty of death. So I'm going to read the line from this particular book. Life is uncertain, but death is certain. And no matter what you do, it will meet you someday, somewhere. What happens after death is a complete mystery. So live life to the fullest and visit heaven more often. So, see, no matter what you are, what we do, or who we are, or how much we plan, death will meet us someday or somewhere. So when I read this, actually it didn't scare me, because instead it made me think about how casually we postpone living. Mostly every humans used to say, yeah, exceptions would be there, and mostly humans used to say, you can do it tomorrow, you can do it day after tomorrow, you can do it, next Sunday. But do we know that we have Sunday after Sunday, or tomorrow, or the next hour, or next minute, or next second in our life? No, it's actually a mystery, right? For me, it's a mystery. For everyone, it's a mystery. We behave as if we have unlimited time and unlimited chances and unlimited tomorrows. But exactly, we just don't have it. And this book generally asks, if the end is certain, why are we so hesitant to truly live before it arrives? So this is the first insight which I got from this particular book. And the next insight number 2 is we are same at the core. So I'm just going to read this sentence. Okay. Are we the same? Yes, we are. The core of us, all emotions, feelings, and experiences. So, see, this is another beautiful line in this book, and the line says that we are all different outside, but we are similar at our core. So, for an example, we are from different countries. Maybe the people who are watching this YouTube video would be, I'm from India, maybe the people watching this particular video will be from another country. They may be from a different religion, different races, and yeah, maybe from different time zones. But emotionally, we are all bathing in the same river. This is the exact word which is used in this book. Yeah, we are bathing in the same river of emotions. So we all love, we all get hurt, we all dream, and we all fail, and we all try again. And understand that the intensity may differ, the situations may differ, but the emotion that have touched all of us at some point of our life, right? These emotions must have touched us, but the intensity would be different. So the book actually reminds us that empathy becomes easier when we remember all these things, that we are same at the core, and it only differs in the situations where we are. So this is the insight number 2. Then the insight number 3 is, okay, if life's purpose was known, life would lose its meaning. So there is a particular line in this book which says, if we become all-knowing, the purpose of life will be destroyed. So actually this is a philosophical thought, and it doesn't make me pause for seconds because I knew it earlier itself, because I made this, I realized this particular idea a long back. So, reading this, I accepted it more and more. That is the one thing that happened. See, because you understand one thing, that the beauty of life lies in searching, in wondering, in getting lost and finding ourselves again. So when you read this particular word, you should actually stop worrying so much about figuring everything out. See, understand this thing, that you cannot figure everything in your life. And suppose you think that there's a book and it's written like, in February, Malavika, this and this and this are going to happen in your life. In March, this and this and this particular things are going to happen in life. You know everything, when you're going to do this, when you're going to get married, when you're going to die. Everything is written in this book. And what's the excitement element in your life again? There's nothing, right? So yeah, it's better not to know all the things about life, and be curious about life and the situations that you go through. So this is the insight number 3. I'm speeding up. Insight number 4, because the video would be much lengthier if I am talking about everything in a detailed manner. So yeah, I'm speeding it up. Next is insight number 4. So here the author says about happiness is omnipresent. So the book talks about happiness in a very simple but powerful way. So understand that happiness doesn't come in one shape, it doesn't arrive in one moment, and it doesn't wait for perfect conditions. That is, happiness is omnipresent, it exists everywhere, but understand that it begins with us. Okay, so you cannot be happy if you really don't want, you're wishing to. So because even after we are gone, we continue to live in the hearts of people. So this made me realize how often I postpone happiness, like thinking that I'll be happy after something happens. For an example, I am a person who used to think that I'll be happy after I am getting this, I'll be happy after I'm getting that. But in reality, maybe it may not happen. At times I used to think, yeah, I'll be happy if I'm passing this examination. But in reality, you may not pass that examination, and your happiness, where is your happiness? So we actually postpone our happiness, and the author says that live your life at the fullest and seize the day. See, one more thing that I would like to say is that, yeah, as I said earlier itself, because even after we are gone, we continue to live in the hearts of people, and this is mentioned in the book. And I would like to share an experience of mine. I understood this particular sentence when I lost my grandfather, because I and my grandfather has a deep emotional connect. Like in the movie Sarvamaya, the Delulu says one dialogue like, what's love? It's not physical. It's a deep emotional connect. And for me, definitely it's like that. And I understood that when I lost my grandpa, because see, when my grandpa was alive, he used to share everything to me. He used to I was very young at that time, but still he used to talk about the worries, the anxieties, everything to me, and I used to hear it. But I didn't understood that how much I loved him. And when I understood that, he had a sudden heart attack, and yeah, during one of my public examination, this happened. And we were not there with him when this happened. And yeah, when I lost my grandpa, I understood how much I loved him. And still, even if he's not alive, he still lives in my heart. So yeah, the things you do when you're alive stays in the people even after you die. So I used to think every day when I woke up that what kind of memory I have created today to people around me. And actually, still I don't say that I have created so many memories to people, but nowadays I used to be kind to people, always be happy. That makes your smile can make difference in the society. So yeah. So this is insight number 4. Next I'm gonna say the insight number 5. So the insight number 5 is listen to everyone but follow your heart. So this is a simple line in this book, but it carries a lot of wisdom. So you can listen to everyone, but always follow your heart. See, we live in a world full of opinions, and advices comes from everywhere. You agree? I know everybody agrees with it. But at the end of the day, we are the ones who have to live with our choices. See, my cousin, when he came to visit me, he told me one thing, that Malavika, just look at this. I would like to say this in Malayalam because, yeah, he said, Malu, ഇന്ന് നാട്ടുകാരെന്ത് പറയുന്ന വെച്ചിട്ട് നമ്മൾ പല കാര്യങ്ങളും ചെയ്യാതിരിക്കും. അതായത് നല്ല കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് ഞാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. പല കാര്യങ്ങളും നമ്മൾ മാറ്റി വയ്ക്കും. ഓരെന്ത് വിചാരിക്കും എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച് നമ്മൾ പല കാര്യങ്ങളും മാറ്റി വയ്ക്കും. ബട്ട് അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദിസ്, ദാറ്റ് ഈ പറയുന്ന ആൾക്കാരൊക്കെ പെട്ടെന്ന് അവർക്ക് ഇൻസ്റ്റൻ്റ്ലി പറയുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്. അവരെ അത് പറഞ്ഞു, അവർ അത് കാര്യം വിടും. പക്ഷേ നിങ്ങളെന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു, അത് എടുത്ത് മനസ്സിൽ വയ്ക്കും. എന്നിട്ട് അവർക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മളൊരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യാതിരിക്കും. നാളത്തേൽ നമ്മൾ ഈ കാര്യം ചെയ്തില്ലെങ്കിൽ അവരൊന്നൊരു നീ അത് ചെയ്തില്ലേ എന്ന് ചോദിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ വിചാരിക്കും മനസ്സിൽ, ഇവർ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടല്ലേ ഞാൻ ചെയ്യാത്തതെന്ന്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ട കാര്യം എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ, നോബഡി കെയർസ് അബൌട്ട് യു. എല്ലാവരും വെറുതെ ഒപ്പീനിയൻസ്, അഭിപ്രായം പറയും, ഓരോരോ പാട്ടിന് പോകും. പക്ഷേ നീയാണ് തീരുമാനം എടുക്കേണ്ടത്. നീ മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഇത് വേണ്ടാന്ന് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി യു ആർ ഗോണ സഫർ. നിനക്ക് ഹാപ്പിനെസ് ഉണ്ടാവാനൊന്നും പോകുന്നൊന്നുമില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് നിൻ്റെ മനസ്സിന് ശരിയെന്ന് തോന്നുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി ഡു ഇറ്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. Yeah, I really liked it. So ഇതേ സെയിം സാധനമാണ് ഇവിടെ പറയുന്നത്. So this is insight number 5. Coming to the insight number 6. The insight number 6 is about the importance of bond. So the book beautifully talks about human bonds. So a bond may form in place, but it rests in time. Even the hardest rocks becomes sand when waves keep returning. So, this made me realize that the relationships are not about intensity, but they are about consistency. And some of the most important people in our life end us unexpectedly. And actually, this happened. I was a person who didn't had a lot of friends, but the important people in my life today is the people I accidentally, randomly I've seen. Those people still checks on me whether I am happy, even though we don't used to talk every day, even though we don't used to communicate, we don't see every day, but still on the other side, somewhere in this world, they are happy about us, and whenever we need the help, I'm pretty much sure that they will be with us. And for me, these were random people. Example, I would like to give an example. I went for an interview with one person, and I talked for around, I think so, around 2 hours, and I still have a good bond with that person. And during my I was an NSS volunteer, and during my NSS days also, I've talked with a NSS volunteer secretary for around an hour, and still we are good friends. We used to talk a lot. We are happy for each other's success, and this is amazing. And the people we never imagined trusting slowly becomes indispensable in our journey. And this book actually reminds me that we should be more open to people and to time. So this is the insight number 6, and going to the insight number 7, there is actually a poem in this book. Yeah, not poem, it's poem. So there's a poem in this book, and yeah, I would definitely like to read this poem. I don't know which page actually this is in, but wait a second. Now I'm gonna. Oh my god, where is this poem written? Wait, guys, wait a moment. Yeah, page number 81. I was just looking forward for that. Where's page number 81? Let me check. Yeah, got it. Do you know why I took this page number 81? Because this is February. Not only people in relationship can. I'm dedicating to every people. Okay. So yeah, this poem is like this. In my dream, you are real. More than my body, I touched yours. More than my existence, I feel yours. In reality, you are a dream, far-fetched, deceitful, alluring still. Fortunately, the dream is everlasting and the reality is ever-changing. What do you think? After one more line is there. Music is one of the best way to heal. This poem actually feels like conversation between dream and reality. And the interpretation to this particular poem is that the reality keeps changing and dreams feel distant, and yet dreams stays with us. And it reminds me of people, moments and desires that exist more vividly in memory than in real life. That's insight number 7. So next, going to the insight number 8. The experiences lives imprints on the soul. So this is insight number 8, which I got. I'm going to explain what it is. So there is a symbol line in this book which talks about experiences, but it carries a lot of depth. So see, experience doesn't just pass through us. It leaves impressions on our soul. So when I read this, I realized that even moments we wish never happened changed us. So some experiences makes us softer, some makes us stronger, some leaves scars, but they also leaves wisdom. I also had experiences in my life. If somebody asked me what you have earned by this much of years of life, I would say experience. I've gone through a lot of moments which made me so stronger, and and that's a reason why I am here, and I am so proud of myself. Yeah, I am proud of myself. I don't want anybody's good certificate for that. I'm proud of myself. Be proud of yourself. Okay. So be strong and understand that experiences is very much important in your life. Whatever bad things happen in my life, I used to take it as my an experience which I can share in my future life with someone or with the society which I live in. Uh, Maybe that's why nothing we go through is ever truly wasted. And yeah, this is insight number 8, and I'm gonna say about the insight number 9. So the insight number 9 is true beauty is not skin deep. I have used this particular sentence of this book in a literature work which I have done. I have mentioned Stuti's name, but still I have used it. So I remember this words, and I'm gonna say that appreciating someone's outer beauty without diving into their soul is like appreciating honey for its golden color and not for its sweetness. This was the exact words used by Stuti. And this word actually will help us understand how much we judge, admire, and even love without truly knowing someone. I actually used to think about this, like how people admire someone or judge someone or even love someone without knowing who they are. Maybe they have seen for a second and said, "This girl is very good." Maybe another person who is maybe looking so arrogant, but actually she would be very kind. But people judge them as, this is a villainy of the story. I don't know. I don't know. I've encountered these problems, and till date I didn't understand why people think like that. So, see, beauty matters. Like the beauty which I see about you and would be not the same as another person view you, right? The concept of beauty is different for different people. But understand one thing is that the real beauty reveals itself only in time, with conversation and with presence. And it's not like within seconds you can understand someone and say, at times I've seen people say, I love you, I like you, without knowing a person. Hey, you still think, this is my perception. I don't know. Okay. And understand that this kind of beauty, that is inner beauty, never fades, even though your outer beauty fades with your age. Okay? So this is insight number 9, and I'm going to say about the insight number 10 because I have no much time to invest on this because I'm having a busy life these days. Okay. The insight number 10 is struggles, labels, and self-identity. See, the book repeatedly reminds us that everyone you see has successful today has started from somewhere. So you have learned about a lot of personalities. You have been seen so much famous celebrities, YouTube, social media influencers and all. Understand that they all started from a single, maybe them as the subscribers of their own channel. So many people worked so much hard to become someone in life. Like many of us, so many people write examinations, give our blood and soul to examinations for learning things, for reading. And people are becoming successful. Even if you look at the IAS officer, they have studied a lot. They have have pledged everything of their life to this examination to get it. And today you see the glamorous things that you see today has been earned by their effort in life. So that someday maybe that you waited for could be today for you. So understand, if you're delaying all the things or delaying the beginnings, then this is not going to happen. So there is a honest observation in this book that, see, when you laugh a lot, people definitely would call you're crazy. And when you cry a lot, they will say you're depressed. When you speak a lot, obviously they would say that that just talk less, speak less. No matter what you do, people will label you. Am I right? If anybody may say that this is a wrong assumption, you can comment it down. But when you truly know who you are, those labels loses their power. See, I Nowadays I have this particular method of saying everything like, who cares? That's it. So yeah, I take the positive sides of every opinions which people gives, but I don't give so much of my life and my pressure and my stress on an opinion of someone. So when you understand this particular thing, freedom begins there. So this is the insight number 10. Going to the insight number 11. Okay, insight number 11 is about heroes, courage, and staying resolute. So one idea I loved is that, see, we all are heroes of our own stories. Are we villains of our story? Are we the side characters of our story? No. For us, for our story, we are the heroes. Maybe in another person's story, you may be the villain, or you may be the side characters, or you may be the friend character. Yeah. But for your story, you are the hero. And understand, the thing is that the people who are successful in life today are not the people who are so talented, but their actions makes them more powerful. So walking away is easy in life, but staying, holding on, and waiting for the sunrise, that is difficult. So in this book, it reminds me that resilience often looks very quiet. Okay, so this is the insight number 11, and going to the insight number 12. Understand this, that the time, patience, and faith. Time, patience, and faith is very important in life. So coming to the patience, see, എല്ലാം നാളത്തേൽ അങ്ങ് നടക്കും. ഇന്ന് ഞാനങ്ങ് പഠിച്ചു, അടുത്ത ആഴ്ചത്തെ പരീക്ഷയിൽ ഇന്ന് പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഞാനങ്ങ് മാർക്ക് വാങ്ങും. It's not gonna happen. So good things takes time to work. Okay, we live in a world we want instant results, like instant yippee noodles, but life doesn't operate like that. So sometimes we can do is that sit back, just breathe, and have faith in the things that you do. And one day or other, trust me, everything is going to be okay. Maybe you may ask me this question that, oh, വെറുതെ ഇരുന്ന് പറയാൻ നല്ല സുഖാണല്ലോ. See, I am also a person who's just like you, and I can understand you. And if I am having faith in me, why can't you have faith in yourself? So be faith in your dreams. Your dreams will definitely gonna happen if you're giving your 100% to it. Note that point. So that's insight number 12. Next is insight number 13. So the insight number 13 is about creating your own path. See, here the author doesn't romanticize to follow your own path. He says that, see, when you follow your path, definitely you're gonna suffer. You will fail, and you will doubt yourself. I suffered. I failed, and I doubted myself. Yeah. But there will be also moments when you cry tears for pure happiness. So this happens when you give your 100% to that, and that moment is so rare. See, it's so rare. And see, I'm pretty much sure that it's going to happen to everyone one day or not. This is not manifestation. This is pure hard work. Hard work and smart work, of course. So this is insight number 13. Coming to the insight number 14. Insight number 14 is about the success, values, and purposes. So one thing the book is very clear about is that the most successful people are not most talented ones, which I have said it earlier when I said about one of the insight. I have said it. So we should be strong enough. That is the only criteria we need. And keep showing up. It doesn't matter whether you give 100%, you do everything in life. You're gonna, എൻ്റെ ഒരു അനുഭവത്തെ പറയാം, 100% സക്സസ്ഫുൾ ആയിട്ട് ഒരു കാര്യം എല്ലാം ചെയ്ത് തീർത്ത് അങ്ങനെ പെർഫെക്റ്റ് ആക്കി ചെയ്യാനൊന്നും പറ്റുമെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നില്ല ഒരു ദിവസവും. There will be days where you feel tired, but what matters is that even if you're tired, are you showing up? That matters. So true success is about adding values. I read a book, and I'm going to put a review on that. In that book also, It's saying that hundreds of water droplets makes a bucket of water. So every drop of water is important. So everything adds value. So it adds value to the people, maybe to the society or to the world around you. So this made me actually rethink what success really means to me. And this is the one thing that happened when I had this insight. Next insight is insight number, which is insight number 15. It is the purpose and beginning. So here the book gives a hope. You know what is that hope? It's never too late to start. So I know that we are all been postponing things that you dream and you have written in that in your to-do list. But do you want that only to sit in your to-do list, or do you want that to be, want that to happen in your life? If you want that to happen in your life, definitely you need to start it, or you need to take the first step that you need to begin it. So everything starts aligning when you give your all to it and you begin that first step. So this is about insight number 15. Coming to the insight number 16. Insight number 16 is about the relationships and acceptance. We are going to the last insights which I got. So here, saying about the relationship, the book is actually spitting some truth about relationships. So the book says that unfulfilled expectations often lead to unfulfilled relationships. So this would make everyone realize how silent expectations we carry. In my life, I used it to speak to everyone around me that I don't expect anything from people around me. Because see, nobody knows what to expect. ഇപ്പം എൻ്റെ മനസ്സിൽ കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഞാൻ ഞാൻ ഇങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇയാൾ ഇങ്ങനെ എന്നോട് പെരുമാറണം, അയാൾ എന്നോട് ഇങ്ങനെ പെരുമാറണം. ഇതെൻ്റെ പേഴ്സ്പെക്റ്റീവ് അല്ലേ? ഇത് എൻ്റെ എക്സ്പെക്റ്റേഷൻ അല്ലേ? ഈ എക്സ്പെക്റ്റേഷൻ ഞാൻ പറയാതെ അയാൾക്ക് അറിയാൻ പറ്റുമോ? ഇല്ല. ഒരാൾ നമ്മളോട് ഇങ്ങനെയേ പെരുമാറാൻ പാടുള്ളൂ എന്ന് പറയുന്നതല്ലേ തെറ്റ്? ഒരാൾക്ക് പല പല ഇമോഷൻസ് ഉണ്ടാവും, ഒരാൾ പല രീതിയിൽ പെരുമാറുന്ന വരാം. ഈവൻ ദോ നമുക്കൊരു സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലും പക്ഷേ ഇങ്ങനെ പെരുമാറാൻ പാടുള്ളൂ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ഫെയർ. സോ നമ്മളെപ്പോഴും അങ്ങനെ ഒരു എക്സ്പെക്റ്റേഷൻ, ഇയാൾ എന്നോട് ഇങ്ങനെ നമ്മൾ എക്സ്പെക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുവാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരാൾ നമുക്കൊരു ഗിഫ്റ്റ് കൊണ്ടുതരും, എക്സ്പെക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുവാണ്. ഇപ്പം ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ബർത്ത്ഡേ എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചു, എന്നെ എല്ലാവരും വിഷ് ചെയ്യണം, ബർത്ത്ഡേക്ക് എല്ലാവരും ഗിഫ്റ്റ് തരണം. സംടൈംസ് ബർത്ത്ഡേക്ക് ഗിഫ്റ്റേ കിട്ടിയെന്ന് വരില്ല. നമ്മൾ എക്സ്പെക്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത്, അതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് വിഷമം വന്നു. എക്സ്പെക്റ്റ് ചെയ്തില്ല, പ്രശ്നമില്ല, സിമ്പിൾ. ഇത് എൻ്റെ ഐഡിയ ആണ്, ഓതറും ഇതേ കാര്യം പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, സ്വിച്ച്ഡ് ബാക്ക് ടു ഇംഗ്ലീഷ്. So, and one more thing about relationship, she says is about, there would be a situation in your life where your heart will break. At that moment, understand that every passing day is a possibility, a new possibility. And often you emerge healed and you become definitely a better version of yourself. And I guarantee that you will become a better version of yourself. So here, some relationships will never go back to the way how they were, and acceptance brings the peace. So when I say acceptance, that is peace. I'm saying this because I had a friend and we had a little clash in between, and I understood that we solved that issue, but I eventually understood that I as well as her is not going to have the same depth in that friendship we had. Then we both understood and we both respected ourselves, respected each of them, and we love each other. We share happiness for each other. And why that happiness and love came? Because we accept what the reality is. That's the reason why our friendship is, even though our friendship and emotional connection has gone, we personally love love each other a lot, still even. So this is one thing also the Stuti says about relationship. And So these are the insights which I got from this book. And when you ask me which is the line which I really loved, I would say this particular line. I would read this. I can never be you, and you can never be me, but I can always be myself, and there is nothing better to be. This is the, amazing, beautiful line which I liked. So these were the insights I carried with me after reading this book. And your takeaways might be completely different. And that's the beauty of reading. And understand that this book will never, or not only this book, if any book will never change your life instantly, but it will change the way you look at life. And yeah, that's all about this book. I know that this is a very lengthy review, but this should be said. That's the reason why I'm adding everything to this. And yeah, that's all. And I don't know in which day next time I'm gonna put a video about the review. This is all about the review of this book. So that's all for today. So thank you so much for saying people who have seen, invested their time to see this video. So that's all. That's all for today. So I hope that everybody is staying safe in your home. So this is, until then, we see again. This is Live from Malavika signing off. Love you.